Alright, what's going on people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Aiden and today we're watching Squid Game, Season 1, Episode 3. I'm really getting into this show right now. Obviously, it took me a little bit to get into Episode 1. I think that's expected, didn't really know what I'm getting into, trying to get used to the subtitles. But by the end of that episode, I was really enjoying it with the red light, green light game. And Episode 2, while there wasn't too much action involved, it was a much needed episode to build upon the story of the characters. And I think they went in a decent direction with that. They capture your interest with Episode 1 and then build upon it in Episode 2. We learnt a lot about all of the main characters and their backstory of why they're in debt and how they ended up a part of that game in the first place. Also, they all come from different backgrounds, some more unfortunate than others, but either way, they are all in the same predicament of in this whirlwind of this financial burden that they're never going to escape, especially the guy with the glasses, right? How he's 6 billion in debt and he's wanted for financial fraud and other financial crimes. Like, for him, there is no going back. He is too far gone. And as we saw, he was in the bath, wearing his suit while it is filled with water. He has his burning stove to the side. I'm not sure if that's used just to light his cigarettes or was that some kind of, smoking out the room, perhaps going to commit. I'm not sure, but if that's the case, then it just goes to show that you're definitely on the end of his rope, at the end of his wit. At the end of the episode, we saw them all waiting by the side of the road and climbing back into the vehicle. They all want to go back to the Squid Game, and you can see why. They don't have any other options, really. But I suppose that's the system, right? They allow someone with no real financial background to take out these massive loans and spend it on something. That thing doesn't work, or it doesn't matter, but they've got no actual reasonable way of gathering that money back to pay it off. So it's like they're doomed from the start. But yeah, looking forward to watching this episode. If you enjoy this episode, make sure you leave a like rating and subscribe so you can stay up to date when I upload next. I am planning on reacting to Train to Busan later in the week and a few other horror movies throughout the month. I'm not very good with horror movies. I get very scared, so it should be interesting. So look out for that. Okay, let's get into this. Let's see what this episode holds. Yes, the North Korean girl didn't actually go to sleep, did she? She blocked her mouth and nose, I guess, so she couldn't breathe in the noxious gas. And this police officer is following the van. But I don't think this can lead to anything great, can it? Surely they're going to know that he's following. They've set up this elaborate ruse of this game. You think they'd be smart enough to watch out when they're being tailed. Jeez, that's a big line of minivans, ain't it? I suppose everyone is coming back. Wow, he's actually going to go in. Attached to the bottom like a cockroach, I don't know. I mean, wouldn't that have been an issue? If they're driving up the ramp and onto the side, surely that would scrape the guy on the bottom. I'd imagine that there's not that much clearance on a minivan. I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out my ass. I usually do, so. What are you doing? It's all in sync as well. Dude needs to climb back under. Ah, you climbed into the back. Interesting, interesting. But now he's going to be tagged to actually play the game, ain't he? Or is he? Because he probably isn't got, probably doesn't have debt, does he? Or maybe he does. No! And he's got him. He's going to dress up as the Red Guard, maybe. That'll be interesting. Yes, good idea, mate. Good idea. So I wonder if the gods are anonymous to each other, you know? They don't know what each other look like. Oh wow, they dress them all as well. That's kind of creepy. Ain't it? Just being groped by a bunch of red-suited men. I guess maybe women as well, but... Yes, she planted a weapon on him. Good job. Good job. And I'm assuming she's going to use that to get revenge on the snake tattoo guy. Yeah, apparently a kid wasn't that important to her, was she? And they're all back. Yeah. Group of friends. See, what I'm interested in knowing is if these new people are going to come in, they're not going to know what's happening, but other people are going to know what's happening. So are they going to communicate that this is going to go poorly, or they go to react the same way and ends up as a bloodbath again?
말이 나왔으니까 말인데 그때처럼 우리끼리 한번 뭉쳐서 해보는 건 어때?
맞아. 앞으로 무슨 게임을 하게 될지도 모르고.
괜찮으면은 나도 좀
Go on then, mate.
아, 그럼요. 영감님이 군대 평생 말뚝박은 주임원사 하시면 되겠네.
Pretty nifty team. He doesn't like the idea of the old man being on the team, does he?
너희가 안 보이냐? 가면 쓴 새끼들 죽은 놈들 침대 싹 다 빼버린 거.
Wait, they took away the beds so that no new people are actually in there. That makes sense.
오빠, 나도 좀 껴주라.
어딜 껴?
오빠 팀에.
So I can't help but not like her now, knowing that she's got a child out there that she hadn't even named at the point. But now she's here, all happy. Nah, I ain't falling for it. Ain't falling for it.
안 맞까? 침대도 비었는데.
Yeah, you're not wanted in the team, but are you going to do it? Ah, fuck them all. Back of the hand.
양아치 새끼.
Was that look because she's North Korean? It looked very disgusting, you know. a look of disgust.
실명이 돌아왔습니다. 제 참가율은 93%입니다.
93%. Jesus Christ. It's a lot higher than you think it would be, but I suppose they're all very desperate and it was the only opportunity for money they've been given. They've been handed the opportunity to make billions.
오늘의 일과가 모두 끝났습니다. 모든 일꾼들은 자신의 숙소로 복귀하시기 바랍니다.
And will the workers have their own rooms as well? That makes sense. And the police officer doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know where his room is, does he? Oh wait, no he does. He's got a key. That makes sense. 029. Okay, very organized. That makes sense. Everything's in the same room. Like a studio, but even smaller. Do not leave the room without permission. 24/7 surveillance. Is it her again? Causing more issues. Just piss her out on the floor.
긴 시간 외에는 숙소 밖으로 나갈 수 없습니다.
씨발 그럼 내가 니들이 정한 시간에만 오줌 마렵냐? 어?
Literally just spread it open, piss on the door, you know?
남이 죽어라고 변기 닦아놓으니까 그냥 낼름 올라왔네? 야, 너 좀 거슬리는 스타일이야. 알아?
Rude brat. She needs to be slaughtered. I hope she's the first one to go right now. She's pissing me off. What the fuck is she fishing for? What's that? Oh, cigarettes. Honestly, I thought it was some kind of bologna sausage. So that's a weird thing to store up there, you know? Bologna sausage. Honestly, I'd prefer the sausage right now then.
아이 깜짝이야. 왜? 너 지금 거기 들어가게. 뭐가 있는지 한번 보게.
Okay, she's gonna go exploring, right? Yeah. Well, at least they're working together, but obviously it took a knife to actually get to that point, so. I mean, how long do you even have? That's the question. I'm sure they're going to be reasonable for what, 10 minutes? How long does it take to take a shit? So. Conservation is killing me. Oh god. At some point they are going to have to come in though. Even just to check the health that you're comfortable to actually continue the game, you know. She needs to hurry the fuck out. Oh god, there's a rat on her. A rat. Oh god.
뭘? 계속 줘.
Yeah, as soon as you break the routine, you get a chastising for it. It's interesting how they work. Gonna sue you, bastard. I've got a feeling you're not going anywhere. that is going to be found. I don't believe, considering they're so detail orientated, you'd think they'd notice that's going to be changed. I'd imagine it gets to the point of OCD where it's like every bolt is 4 spins or whatever, you know? Is that crying? Now, I suppose the workers there, they're as much of slaves as the people playing, I'd imagine. They can't just leave.
내일 얘기해. 뭘 또 내일 얘기해? 지금 얘기해. 야, 왜 왔냐고? 그 위에 그렇게 오래 있었으면 못 봤을 거 아니야?
See, I'm looking forward to seeing what the second game is going to be.
설탕 냄새.
설탕 냄새?
Sugar.
그러니까 걔들이 설탕을 막 이렇게 녹이고 있었다고?
그런 거 같아.
너 진짜 그게 다야? 너 보고도 말 안 하는 거 있으면 네 눈깔에 담배빵 들어간다.
Burn your eyes out. The girl with the knife who just threatened you the night before. So I wonder what the shapes on the forehead mean. Is it like a ranking order? I know she mentioned get the square out here, didn't she? I guess if he's the superior. Was it the more corners, the better? I don't know.
아, 저 초코우유는 없나요? 제가 흰 우유를 못 먹어서요.
I don't think they care. Maybe you can trade it with someone though.
우리 아들이 꼭 자네 같았거든.
Someone's wait, no, that's not his dad, is it? His dad just happens to be the person sitting underneath him. Wait, is that a pill? Or a message? It's a message. I wonder what it says. I mean, do all of them have messages in? Or is it just the one? To kind of like spread some... What do you call it? Chinese whispers? Where it starts off with one thing, and after it progresses through different people, it changes into like a whole different piece of gossip, you know? Okay, so I've got clouds. So it's an outdoors game then, still. Oh god. There's a jungle gym. Where you're climbing apparatus. Got a slide. Swings.
정글짐에서 떨어뜨리기?
두 번째 게임을 시작하기 전
He knows, doesn't he? He knows. Obviously, he spoke to the North Korean girl. I think he knows what the answer is.
상우야. 어떻게 할까?
글쎄,
Not sure. Oh, you absolute cunt.
아직 뭘 시킬지도 모르는데 다 같이 한 곳으로 갔다가 모두 불리해질지도 몰라.
그런가?
투자에도 그런 말이 있어. 계란을 한 바구니에
Oh, yeah, eggs in one basket, yeah. But he's dooming them. Obviously, you know, he's dead anyway, isn't he? So he doesn't really care about the people.
내가 삼각형으로 갈게.
그럼 거기는?
The triangle is the right answer then. You're an umbrella.
아, 그럼 제가 우산으로.
Yeah. The umbrella man.
왜?
You know, was umbrella going to be like a death sentence? Like, you lose straight away if you choose the umbrella.
기훈이 형.
Good luck. Who knows? You can't... Oh, you dirtbag. He's just happy watching his childhood friend die. For what reason? I suppose it's one less competitor. If you think about it like that, it makes sense, but still it's scummy. Yeah, I'm still not familiar with the actual game itself. Like, why are they those shapes specifically, you know?
모양은 여러분이 뽑아야 할 모양입니다.
좋됐다.
Oh wait, so you're trying to eat the sugar bit and get it perfectly cut out. Like the triangle is going to be the easiest part to cut out with a needle, right? The star itself might be fairly easy as well. Circles will be difficult to get perfectly cut, I'd imagine. Also, it's kind of like rock hard anyway, like a biscuit. His hands are too shaky for it. For this kind of game, you know. Oh god. Yeah, this is definitely not one that you want to be working on. I mean, you have to actually eat it as well. This is an odd game. I mean, why did you play it in the first place? Oh god. It's fully split.
한 번만. 제발. 한번 더.
Revolver to the head, down the slide. First day delivery, why not? That's going to make it so much more difficult. Shit. Now you're panicking, it definitely is real, even though you know it's real. It's weird, you only got 10 minutes. So you got to rush, but not that fast. One tiny crack. She's burning it out. That's a good idea. She doesn't get caught. Actually, licking it might be a good idea as well. So you've got some kind of cutting lubricant as well.
67번 성공.
Nice, people are finally getting through. See, I'm assuming our main cast is going to get through this one. Like, how perfect does it need to be?
동그라미. 동그라미.
199번 성공.
Nice one, mate. Nice one. With the circle as well. Pretty difficult. So I'm guessing our main character is going to be like within seconds of ending. I can't imagine he's going to be the first one to die out of the main cast.
성공.
네. 오늘 임무가 뭐지?
34번 성공.
제 임무는 29번의 임무는 탈락자 운반이야. 왜 벌써 들어왔지? 죄송합니다.
44번 성공.
착각했습니다.
Yeah, the police officer needs some kind of reminder. Hopefully he can find out what he's supposed to actually do. Oh god, he's still at it. He's still at it. How much time you got? 3 minutes. He's not even halfway done. And it's got the more difficult bit, the thin handle. That's going to be so easy to break. I mean, to save some of the cutting, couldn't you just take a big bite out of one of the empty areas? It's melted. Just licking it away. That makes sense, though. That makes sense. It is sugar, ain't it? Good idea, mate. Good idea. So I feel like she's just gonna get caught. Like, why haven't they seen it so far? It's working as well. He's very, very lucky he found out by sweating on it. She's licking it. Is everyone gonna start copying him? Oh god, everyone's doing it now. Except they don't have enough time to get through it. Oh, he did it. He did it. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Come on. You literally got 10 seconds left. Got one last chance to break it out. Come on. Yes! It worked. It worked. That was a fucking clever idea right at the last second. And everyone trying to copy him is going to get slaughtered. He's actually crying. He was a second away from death. I mean, you understand it, don't you? You know. Here's the finish, is it? No, he broke off the handle. Yeah. The most difficult part, ain't it? Go on, mate. Go on then. Shoot him. Yes! Good idea. Good idea. Good idea. You're dead anyway. I mean, the reality is, do they even care about him? Just slaughter everyone else. I mean, you don't want to be eating those chips now, do you? So, blood covered. Take your mask off. Oh wait, no, is this the guy? This is the police officer, isn't it? Or oh no, no. It's a young kid. It's a young kid, yeah. He doesn't care. He's like psychopathic himself. So that went poorly. No shit. Yeah, because he's no longer anonymous. Yeah. That was very, that was not good. Definitely not good. So, yeah, even the workers aren't safe. They've got specific rules to follow. Our man is very, very lucky. And is he going to take that square master now, so he's a superior? That would be a smart decision, I think. But his main issue, right now at least, he needs to figure out what his schedule is. Because he's going to get himself into some serious shit if he doesn't figure that out soon. You know, he's just appearing in places he shouldn't be. And as we see right now, you disobey the orders, you die. Okay, so that was Squid Game, Season 1, Episode 3. And it was great. It was a great episode. The gang are finally back together in the actual game hall. And as we see, they've banded together to create a gang, a team, whatever, a group. But one member isn't actually a part of that group. As we saw, the guy with the glasses, he figured out the answer and decided he wanted to murder his friend. It's understandable in a way. It is understandable. Because at the end of the day, only one person is winning that money, I'd imagine. Now the last game, maybe there's 2 people alive. It's probably going to be like a game of Russian roulette, or something as simple as that, I'd imagine. So I suppose going in there, you have to be realistic with your expectations and what's going to happen. Like, it's all good that everyone seems to be banding into different, posses, but at the end of the day, you are going to be backstabbed, because eventually it's going to be you versus your team members. And now, while I see the benefit of actually being in the teams, you're more likely to figure out what the games are, you can get further into it before you start turning on each other. I'd hate to be the person who gets backstabbed in that situation, because that's probably going to mean you're dead. Obviously, the dude with glasses figured it out due to a few reasons. He obviously knows the South Korean games fairly well, childhood games from many years past. And the North Korean girl, she decided to go on a walkabout, or I guess crawlabout, in the vents. When the mum decided she needed to go to the bathroom to smoke, as we saw, the North Korean girl decided to tag along and use the advantage of the woman in toilet routine to actually get involved and climb up into the vents. And what she saw were a bunch of these red suitors cooking up something sweet made out of sugar. Melting sugar down. Yeah. It's interesting though. I didn't even know that was a real game. So melting sugar down. I was thinking more like traditional games, like how would melting sugar work in hopscotch? You know, because it doesn't seem like a fun playground game, which I thought this is what the games they're using are. So you're playing on the playground. But I suppose the vision back to the past that the glasses guy had, there was a guy sitting in the playground cooking up sugar, wasn't he? Like caramelising it and whatnot. He did some kind of wafer. Oh god, our main man was so fucking lucky. He managed to get saved after accidentally sweating on it and he saw it was melting through. And the fact that he managed to complete it 1 second before the end of the timer, like, that's so lucky. You've got someone on your side there, mate. Someone on your side. Because as we saw, everyone who decided to copy him after the fact died. Yeah, I mean, thinking about it, every single main character of our main group made it through. Which makes sense. It'd probably be weird to kill off them now, or at the very least the ones that we've watched. You know, we got backstory of people on the last episode. I suppose you could have killed the mum, as we haven't actually learnt anything about her yet. But I suppose they're going to use her a little bit. She seems to be quite feisty, you know. So I suppose she plays as quite a decent character in the midst of all of these panicked people. And of course she figured out how to do it as well by heating up the end of her needle so she could burn her way through. That was a good idea. But I am still surprised that none of them got caught. Neither she or the snake tattoo guy. I mean, as we saw on his face, it was completely lit up. I mean, surely one of the gods who are paying close attention for these breaks to happen, surely they'd notice that. Unless they did notice it, but they didn't care. I mean, surely they'd care that hidden contraband was snuck in. I'd imagine so. I don't know. But yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a like rating and subscribe to stay up to date when I upload next. Comment down below what you thought of this episode and whether you've heard of this game before. You know, have you ever played this? You know, where you cut out of the sugar discs, I guess? It seems like a strange game, but I mean, I don't know if it's popular or not. I mean, if there's a man sitting on the corner of the playground, I'm definitely not eating anything he's giving me. No candy from him. Alright, I'll see you later.